Hey, this is Dr. Granfield at Live Well Spinal Care. Today is Friday, January 22nd, 21st. And so today is also day 12 of our mobility challenge. And some of these might be repeat, but I am feeling it, tension and soreness in between my shoulder blades and my upper and mid back, which I know is a really common place for a lot of people to start to build up tension. So one of my favorite things to do is hop on the foam roller and roll up my spine. So when you do this, you might get some little pops or releases. They shouldn't really hurt. You should maybe hear them. And just for your information, anytime you're getting a traditional type of chiropractic adjustment where you're getting a crack or a pop, which is not NUCCA, but you might get that from other types of adjustments, or if you hear that in your own neck, what that is the nitric oxide gas that surrounds the joint space in the capsule. And it should flow freely in and out of the joint capsules, but when our joints get locked up and they're not moving as freely, that gas can build up in the joint. And so when you move it or mobilize it, it can escape quickly out of the joint space and cause that sound or that cracking sound. So it's not actually bone cracking. It should be just that gas escaping from your joint. There are rare instances if you have very low bone density like osteopenia or osteoporosis where that could be a possibility. So if there's extreme pain that follows that, you definitely want to check in with your chiropractor or your doctor and maybe possibly get an x-ray. But that's a long little rabbit hole I almost fell down into. Today we're just gonna hop on the foam roller. And then for some people that are unable to get on the foam roller, I'm going to show a couple of other options where you'll just be able to be standing. So with the foam roller, even though the problem is in my upper or mid back, I'm going to start seated on the foam roller and I'm going to roll my whole spine, and then I'm going to work it a little bit more when I get down to my upper back. So you can just hold yourself with support sitting on top of the foam roller, and then you're going to kind of walk your feet and roll down slowly, and then I'm going to lift my hips. Let me move this back. It's always hard to stay in the screen. So let's start from back here actually. There we go. And then so we're going to walk down slowly, keep our balance. I'm going to lift my hips up this way in order to put more pressure on my upper back. Try to let your head rest backwards, but still tucking your chin to support it. I'm bringing my hands up and forward, and in order to get the shoulder blades out of the way more and more pressure on the muscles and soft tissue around my back. So now I'm in my upper back, and I'm gonna just kind of move around like a bear against a tree is my favorite way to say it. Because once you get here, you'll know where you feel like you need to move it or get pressure on it. So it feels really good on the top of my shoulder there. And then this is like kind of that part where you might feel those pops and releases, and that's okay. They shouldn't hurt. So I'm going to just kind of roll back and forth a couple of times. And if that's all I have time for the day, that can be extremely helpful. Just kind of roll it up, roll it down like 2 or 3 times. Since I'm here, nice little thing would be to get on my lower back, putting my elbow down, and I'm just gonna roll to that side about 30 degrees, just a little bit, in order so I feel the pressure of that foam roller on the meaty part of my lower back. And just kind of rock it back and forth. I'm gonna kind of roll a little more to the side and back and forth this way if I feel, just to find where there might be more tension or sore spots that need attention. And then since I'm doing my left, I'm gonna make sure I do my right. So I'm gonna roll over, put my right elbow down, keep my chest lifted or sink down just a bit. Letting my hips drop is going to help lay the pressure over the foam roller with my back. Okay, and then if you do have trouble getting on the foam roller, or getting on the floor and getting off the floor, you can use a tennis ball. So I just stuck a tennis ball inside of a long sock, and you can lean up against the wall or against your car seat. And you can target whether it's lower back, or for me, it's like my mid back right there, or even kind of getting a little higher up there. And I'm just gonna lean into it, and I might move my shoulder, I might do this a little bit in order to move the tissue underneath the pressure of the ball. Obviously, I'm not against a wall, but just so you know, you wanna make sure you lean up against it for pressure. And then another option if you can, get on the floor. Again, I've shown these balls before to use anywhere in the body. So they come out of this little mesh bag to be individual, or I'd like to keep it in the mesh bag, and then my spine is gonna fit right through there. And then I'm just gonna lay on it, just placing it. And what you can do is you can roll down, or you can place it to wherever you feel like you need that pressure, and you can just lay here and take some deep breaths and try to sink pressure. Using your body weight to put pressure on them is all you really need to do. All right, that's it for today. Let me know if you have any questions. Try it, give it a try, hop on the foam roller, and hopefully you like it just as much as me. I will see you again tomorrow, and we'll figure out what we're doing then. Have a great Friday.